Hello and welcome to the second video of this series, and in this video here we're gonna check what's inside of the plugin, and we're gonna set up the actor. Alright, so once you have done all the things in the previous video, like getting hold on, what was it? TS5 edit and the unfuzzer or unfuzzer, whatever it is called. Then you can afterwards extract the scripts as I told you, but I just recommend you watch the other video. So anyways, so let's get started. Once you open up Creation Kit, move the windows around how you want. Then go up here to the left here, this little thing, this little folder, which is the data folder. And then you will see this right here, Alex's companion framework, blah blah blah. You just double click that and set as active, or just set as active. It's actually going to tick it automatically, but you will need to set this to active. Now you see here it says parent masters, right? It says skyrim.esm and update.esm. You do not really have to tick these, because if you load a mod that has parent masters, it's going to automatically load them if they are there, and obviously they are there, otherwise we would have a problem. So just set as active. This one here, the companion framework. Then hit OK. And now let's wait until this finishes loading. So, I'm not gonna jump cut or do things like that, because, you know, this only takes maybe a half minute or so. Because the thing is, if you jump cut and stuff, sometimes you leave some things out, and as we can see here, it's already loaded. So once we're inside of here, you see the object window here, which has all the things that are in there. You can just click on all, and now you can just type ALEXM, which is just by prefix here. This will show you all of the files here. Well, not really files, but all of the things here that I have created for this mod here, for this framework. So first thing, actor companion. So this right here will be the NPC, you know, the character. This right here is gonna be the class. Let's open up the class. Let's take a look at this quickly here. No, never mind. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do that for another video. Then afterwards we've got the comment style, we've got the container, which is just the custom storage. It's not gonna be for the option where you say, hey, let's trade some things. So no, this is gonna be for, hey, can you carry some things for me? You know, because like that, your companion is not going to wear the items. And then here, we have a global variable, two of them actually, which is 0 and 1, dismissed and following. Never mind that for now, we're gonna get into that later. Then we have a message here that's gonna show up on screen when the companion becomes available, and then one when the companion is dismissed. Then we have an AI package here that's where the NPC is gonna travel somewhere when he's dismissed, and another package here where the NPC is gonna follow you if he's your companion. And then afterwards here we've got two quests. Now don't get this wrong here. I know you might think quests are quests overall, but this is the dialogue. It has to be a quest. This is how this is handled in here. So this right here is gonna be all the dialogue options, and here tracking marker is gonna be just the you know, the thing you can turn on and off in your journal later on, so you have the map marker above the companion's head. Then the second last thing here is the relationship. This is something pretty easy. I'm gonna get into that later on now in this video. And then we've also got the voice type for the companion. This is another thing we're gonna get into here. So let's get started then. I said we would start with the actor, right? So that's the NPC here. So if we go here to actors and then go to actor, we have this right here. And this, if we right click and click on preview, this right here is gonna be the NPC that I've set up right here. And of course you will be able to change the looks of it and stuff, but let's first go into the other things here. Okay, so if we open it up, we have the ID, which is just the editor ID. You can overall change this however you want. However, I would recommend you actually change these kind of things later on when you're done and you know that everything works, you know. and then the name here. Here I've said put your name, put your companion name here, so you can just name them whatever you want. I'm just gonna call her Carla. Random name I just thought of. Okay, short name doesn't really matter for now. Is character gen preset? No, we don't want that. Is essential? This means that she can't die. Unique? Of course, this is also checked because she's unique. Doesn't affect stealth meter. This means that when you're sneaking around her, you will not be discovered. Well, of course, this is important. Otherwise, you know, well, I think this is self-explanatory. Then here we've got the first tab. Well, before that, I'm gonna just tell you here, papaya scripts here. You don't need any of these now. Here, this, we don't need this. This is for other stuff. But yeah, okay. Now the traits here. So race, North race. Here you can select Orc race or Red Guard race, whatever you want. You know, Imperial race. I've just simply set the companion to North race, and here you can check female or not female. So if you uncheck this, the actor, let's click on preview. Okay, she's positioned nicely. Okay, so now if we uncheck female, it's gonna become a guy. So that's how you do that. Skin, we can leave this at none. Height, one is fine. You know, I usually, you know, for female characters I do 0.95 or so. You know, just slightly less tall. Then the weight here, of course, if you change this to 10 or so, you know, as you can see, she becomes really skinny. I usually leave this at around 50 or so, you know, but you can play around with that later on. But don't get too caught up with this yet, because there is a way of importing the face of one of your player characters that you make in the game, and then importing it in here. And if you set how skinny they are, if you load it afterwards in the creation kit, it will actually adjust itself automatically here. And you will also have to recheck a couple of things here, and you know, because they will get changed. Okay, so that's that. This, I'm not gonna bother with it. Voice type, this is important. For the voice type right here, since this is a standalone framework here that we have, of course, I gave her or him a custom voice. This thing right here, this will be needed if you are going to record your own voice files, or if you're gonna use external ones that you downloaded somewhere. Alright, so that's that. Now let's go to stats. This right here, level multiplier, this right here is the amount of levels that the NPC will be multiplied by your level, the player level. And I have checked PC level multiplier, which means that she's gonna scale with you, or he, if we make a he. So in this case, she starts as level 1, and she multiplies by, you know, she gets 1 level for each level that you are. So if you are level 10, she's gonna be level 10. If you're level 1, she's gonna be level 1. If you reach level 999, she's gonna be 999. However, if you're gonna reach level 10,000, which I doubt anybody will, she's gonna remain at 999. So this is overall the max level here. You can change this, you can change this, you can turn this off. So if you turn this off, if you now, for example, were to type level 100, she's always going to be level 100. So that's how this works. Turn it back on. Now she's going to scale up with you from level 1 till level 999. However, if you want her to be twice the level as you just do 2. So there's that. It's pretty simple. However, I'm going to leave this at 1. Now, here we've got the health offset, which is additional health. You can give her Magica offset and Stamina offset. Now you can play around with those however you want. The next thing here, this right here, we're not gonna look at it yet. Here's the speed. This is the movement speed. For Bethnia, for example, another mod that I made, I actually set her speed to 120, so it's 20% faster than usual. So it's easier for her to be behind you. Then afterwards, we've got the class. The class is important. This is basically overall how this right here. This is how the NPC will wherever the NPC is gonna put points in, perk points and stuff. Imagine it is like that. You know, imagine that This is when you level up, the NPC levels up as well, right? But then the NPC also puts points in, for example, archery or smithing, sneak, whatever, you know. So this is that. So of course she has a custom one. We're gonna look at that later. The next thing we have is factions. In this case here, in this framework right here, we don't really need that, but factions overall are a thing you can make where you can add several NPCs to, and then they all are from that faction. So for example, later on in the AI data, we're gonna take a look at something that's gonna be easier to explain. So let's move to relationships here. This is the relationship I mentioned earlier. So if we click on that, we can see parent NPC, the companion, and this disappeared, which is wonderful. Okay, here it is. So parent NPC, this is the companion. Child NPC is the player, and then relationship level is just friend. So that's okay. And keywords, none, don't need that. And now here, the AI data. Aggression, aggressive. Should not be very aggressive or frenzy, because if she's frenzied, she's just gonna attack anything, and non-aggressive means she's never gonna attack at all. Mood doesn't matter, that's actually supposed to be the expression on the face, but this isn't really used in here. Energy, this, I haven't found that it does anything. Morality, this is when you command your companion to do anything, this is when you command your companion. So if you, for example, tell them, hey, steal this or that, if it's set to any crime, they're gonna say, okay. If it's violence against enemies, then that's fine for them. Any crime, that means they can do anything. Whatever property crime only, that means they can only steal, and no crime means that they're not gonna do anything overall. I think that's how this works, but I recommend you just leave it at any crime. Now, outrageous behavior, that's not for her in this case, because that's only for frenzied and very aggressive, I think. Now, assistance. This one right here, this is what has to do with the faction and with the relationships. She's set to help friends and allies. The player is a friend to her in this case. So she's gonna help the player if the player gets attacked. If it was set to helps nobody, she would just simply, run around with it and she wouldn't do anything. So, yeah, that would kind of suck, I suppose. And now down here, the last important bit here, that's combat style. Combat style, this is already set up. The combat style is overall how the AI works in combat, how she's gonna behave. And we're gonna take a look at that later on as well. However, this video right here, as I've said, this is going to be only the actor. So in here, I'm just going to explain to you a couple more things, and then, the next video is going to be for the miscellaneous things like this right here, the combat style and so forth. Okay. So the next tab, AI packages. In here, we have one package that is follow and one that's dismissed. So if we open up the follow one, we have this overwhelming screen right here, but all of this in here, this is just things that your companion is allowed to do and what he's not allowed to do, the radius in which he follows, or she. And then here the package template is follow player. So in this case, if we check the conditions here, if the global value is following, yes, and if she is not dismissed and she is not waiting for the player, then this package right here is gonna work. The follow package is gonna work. And the dismissed one is overall the same thing, only that she's gonna travel to a certain location, which we're gonna set up later on if she is dismissed. So the conditions are if she's dismissed, if that is 1, and if she's following, no, that's 0. So that's how that works. Now the inventory, this is interesting, because here, default outfit, you can give her whatever you want. It's gonna be the armor she's gonna wear. And the inventory right here. So in my case, she has 2 meat and she has 17 gold. She does not have a weapon, but if we want to give her a weapon, we just right click hit new, go to iron sword. So now she's got an iron sword. And if this does not show it right away, click on preview again. And now as we can see, the sword is there. So that's how you do that. Owner, blah, 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 all of these things right here, you don't really need to set that up. However, only the count. the count, and the object. This is the only thing you need. The object, whatever you want, and the count, how many. So that's how you do that. Spell list. This is if you want a mage companion or so. If you were to right click and hit new. Now here you could just go to fire. Oops, I can type. Let's go to type. Fireball. If we wanted to give them a fireball, we would just click on fireball and boom. Now they have the spell fireball. However, it's important to set the combat style up, because if you make a melee combat style NPC, they're not going to use magic. So yeah, the spells you want here is pretty easy. Just look for the name. They're all labeled really nicely, and then also the perks that you want to give them. Here, for example, you could give them Barbarian or so, you know, Barbarian 80, which is the other one. So she's going to make more damage with two-handed, but I'm not going to do that in my case. Okay, so if this happens, delete after you add something, that's okay. Open it back up, and it's going to be gone. So that's just a little interface bug. Sound, we don't need to play around with that. Animation, we don't need to play around with that either. Attack data, nope. Character gen parts, no. This is an interesting part. If you click on head, it's only going to show the head. And now in here, face complexion, that's old, young, or blah blah blah. The default is overall the youngest as far as I know. Hair color, can change the hair. Preset, this is the skin color, as you can see. Alright. Overall, then afterwards here, if you click on face, this is the same thing as here, face complexion. Eyes, if you go to here, you can change the color. For example, demon. Oh gee, that's kind of scary. My god. Yeah, but you know, you can play around with that if you want to do it in the creation kit itself. Hair, you can select which kind of hair you want. Facial hair, well, yeah, only works if it's a guy. And the eyebrows, you can select whichever ones you want. So after this right here, character gen modes don't really need that, but here you can overall. Well, actually, you're gonna need it if you're gonna sculpt this inside Creation Kit, because look, if we set this up, this is like the face sliders and stuff in the game itself when you're creating your character. So if you select a different nose, as you can see, this is just like that menu, so you can play around with this in here. But yeah. Now, the last thing we're gonna cover in this video here, I'm going to cover in this video is how you can import the face of your player character in the game. So what I recommend is you open up Skyrim, you make a new game, and you create a new character. And don't delete your old one, of course, you know, just make a new save file for this one, and then name your character whatever you want, okay? So and then after you have made the character, wait, hold on, let me check something here, maybe I can show you. I think I need to set this to windowed mode, otherwise you won't see what's going on my screen here. So I think you should be able to see this. So what you can do is, the easiest way of doing this is just overall opening up the console from the main menu, then just click COC Riverwood. And now we're gonna teleport to Riverwood, as we can see. And my game is running at uncapped frame rate. This is bad, but never mind that. Okay, so if we open up the console and we do show... Jesus, wait, let me move up. Oh, wow, this is great. Well, just type show race menu all together, as you can see on the screen now. Now we'll close the console. And of course unequip the helmet and stuff, you know. As I've said, unequip the helmet first, otherwise you won't see what you're doing. So in my case, I'm just gonna make another preset here, select one, and I'm gonna give her a different hair color. Oh, this is funny. I never noticed that this is actually clipping. Wow. Once you're done, hit R. Now call her whatever. In my case, Carla NPC face. Yeah, this seems good. And then once you're done with that, open up the console again. Click on the character in third person and do S, P, F, and now space, and then just call it whatever you want. Carla NPC face. In my case. So look on the screen here. It says SPF space Carla NPC face. And now, if we will tab out of the game and we go to our Skyrim folder, you can see in the main folder there's a file called Carla NPC face.npc. So that's what we just made, what we just exported. So I recommend you save this character for future usage. And now we've got this here. And to import this in the creation kit, we only need to go here, character gen parts, where you do this stuff, and then go to import. And now go to your Skyrim folder, wherever it is, and select this. And click import. And as we can see, it worked. Oh my god, that nose. Looks like planes could land on it, never mind. No, but never mind. Okay, so that's how you do that. And that's everything for this video right here. We've covered everything in the actors tab. Overall here I can still see something here with the voice tab here. With the voice tab, okay, look. If you make a guy, if you're gonna make a guy, leave the prefix here, search for the prefix LXM, go to all, go to voice type companion, this thing, and then just select male. That's all you really need to do right here. And yeah, so there's that. In the next video I'll be covering the AI stuff, like the class, the combat style, and the well, naturally the AI packages. That's all set up. So we're gonna cover the class, the combat style, and yeah, also the tracking marker, perhaps. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. Or no, actually just the class and the combat style. Alright, okay, so there's that. See you soon in the next one.